Okay, so there was recently an incident with my tomatoes. Primarily, the incident was that I kind of went to prune them and destroyed them. But that's fine. I was getting way more tomatoes than I was ever going to eat because I barely eat tomatoes unless I'm grinding them up and turning them into some sort of sauce. So it's a nice, incredibly breezy day. Spring sale. But I'm gonna redo this area. I've not been really happy with it since I moved in. So without further ado, here we go. So here I'm kind of confusedly shuffling things around, getting a lay of the land. I've been working this area for probably about 12 hours at this point. I started the night before, and I think this is about 5 the next day. And yes, you do get a very good view of my orange tree, which is potted. So I think you see it move a couple of times during the video here. But uh, what I'm using there is just an old cutting board. Not a very good one, mind you. It came with a charcuterie kit that was worth the either the cutting board or the meat and cheese that it came with, and so it was a pretty good deal. But it started to dry out and crack over time, and so I've just been using it as a improvised garden implement. Um, but yeah, so uh, the main goal here was to get this banana. That's a red Dhaka banana, which is a decent variety for the desert, into this corner. And then, of course, the goal is to get out of the corner once the banana is in the corner. Um, but yeah, the banana, it has been enjoying the sun, but I know that in a few weeks here, it will cease to enjoy the sun and potentially cease to exist if I don't get it into that afternoon shade that this corner will provide. Then I just get really precious about where the leaves are at. Uh, I don't know how much of this corner I've shown in past videos, but this was where my giant tomato plant was, and the stem of that tomato plant is still in the ground because it had a pretty vigorous root system. So if it resprouts, it resprouts. That's fantastic. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's also fine. It will turn back into dirt. I did inspect the visible roots on it, and I did not find any root knot nematode, so I'm okay with letting it continue. And of course, there's the yeeting of sticks that must always occur. Some people get really precious about the fenestration of their banana leaves. Y'all, you're growing a banana outside, its leaves are designed to fenestrate in the wind. I'm not worried about the banana doing what it does naturally to protect itself from wind. But if you're worried about that, by all means, protect your banana from the wind. I'm not going to knock it. So there we go. There's a nice view of a lovely afternoon sky in Arizona. That's how strong the wind was that it knocked over my tripod. So let's just take a mindful moment here. If you are able, you may wish to assume the corpse pose, or possibly the child's pose. Otherwise, you may do so virtually, or just continue with what you are doing and enjoy the view. I hadn't intended for this to be a meditation video, but now that I've reviewed my footage, I think this will be the best use. Go ahead and take a deep breath in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. seems normal. Watch as an airplane flies by in the upper corner. As bugs zoom past, going about their business. As the whirligig goes by, as I'm blissfully unaware of the fact that my camera has blown over while I continue to work on my garden. Contemplate the blues of the sky. Why is one spot darker than the rest? The gradient, the sharp angle of corners of my roof. Allow yourself to become relaxed, or do not. That choice is entirely yours. If you think this is utterable, I don't disagree. I just don't have anything better to do with my time at the moment. In a few moments here, I will discover that the camera has fallen over, so you may wish to mentally prepare yourself for a change of perspective coming up in about a minute. Just remember to continue to breathe in, hold, and exhale. 2, 3, 4. It is about now that I've noticed that my camera has fallen over, and at about 8 minutes and 11 seconds, the camera does begin to move. And by the 8-minute